morning, everybody. This is the Bluebeam Guy, yet another episode. Today, I'm going to show you a way to put a legend in your drawing. And we'll get to how to make your own tools here and stuff. Hopefully today, we'll see how much time this takes. Okay, so what we're going to do is um, you've all seen this before. This is my layout of an electric room, for example. And say I want to get a count of how many conduits there are, how many transformers, how many boxes, all that kind of stuff. And I want to put it on a legend on the same page so that if somebody, for example, people who have to do takeoffs on how much is what, so they can start bidding, they can put a legend on this same page and get that information and be able to go from there, either start bidding or start buying the parts, etc. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to go up here and go to this tool here, and we can use the shortcut key or not, but I'm just going to hit the button. It's called the count button. And what it's going to do is it's going to, in the properties, you see you can edit it and tune it up. And we're going to get into that here in a second. So first things first, I want to count how many conduits I have, total conduits that are here. So there's one, there's another conduit, there's a conduit below, there's a conduit above, there's another conduit that's going between the panel and the box, and then we got one that's going between the light switch and the box here, and then we have the flex conduit that's going from the box to the light. Okay, now I hit escape, and now we'll put in, now we want to count how many light fixtures there are. But I don't want to mix my red check marks for the conduit count with the whatever other color I'm going to use for the lights and for the panels, etc. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to the count. But before I start clicking, I want to change the color here. This is going to be, let's make it a blue. And now we'll start counting. There's 2 light fixtures. Great. All right. Now I have to click off of it because what it's doing right now is it's counting. Every time I hit that button, it starts counting sequentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. And then once you hit escape, that count stops. And you can resume the count by right-clicking on it and say resume count, and then you're on your way with whatever color you're using, etc., etc. And if you start another count, you can do the same thing. And I don't know if you could see it. It's showing a number 2 right by my cursor there. So you can always start and stop counts on whatever you are, wherever you are. I'm sorry. Okay, now I want to do another count on how many pieces of electrical equipment. So I don't want that color. I'm going to go with the green. And we'll go here. There's 1, there's 2, and for simplicity, I'm going to I'll stop there. Okay, so that's another count. And we're going to get into naming these over here and all that stuff, and it'll go into your legend and it'll be beautiful. And we'll see that here in a second. All right, now I want to count how many J boxes there are. So I hit count again. This one is going to be a different color. Obviously, we want to go with, let's go with pink. All right, now we've got, pink's too close to that one. Let's go with good old black. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, great. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make that legend that we talked about. So right click on just one of these, You're going to go to legend here, and we're going to create a new legend. Boom. And you see what it's doing right there? We'll put it off to the side here. Boom. Now it's counted those two blue ones, but I want this to be a little bit more detailed. I want to change what that's all about. Okay, so for now, for instance, legend, that's very generic. We're going to change that. So over here, you can change the title to whatever you want. So this is going to be a parts list, is what we're going to call this. How about an electrical parts list? Electrical parts list. Boom. Okay, it's done it here. Okay. Now, we're going to go into count itself. I want it to be labeled as, I want to change the count measurement because that's what it's calling it here, but this is going to be a fixture count, light fixture count, light fixture count. Boom. Now it's counting my lights, okay? And this is obvious. The unit and the count, I don't need that information. So now I want to edit the columns that are in this thing here. So you go to properties. Once you click on the legend list, edit columns, and now look at I can start adjusting this stuff. I can add or I can take away from, depending on what you're going to do. And we can get into all that later. Okay, so under unit, that's this right here. I don't need that part. I just need a simple, what is it that I'm counting and the number of those items. That's all I need. I need it just straightforward. So I'm taking off unit, hit OK, and now I've customized this. Now I've got a nice name and a description, counting, quantity, and there we go. You can see that there's all kinds of things you can do as far as properties. I mean, I can give this a background. I can, say I wanted to have, I can do all kinds of stuff with that thing. Just play around with it a little bit. Okay. So, all right, now I need to get this was a electrical equipment, right? So I'm going to change this description to electrical equipment, and for now we're just gonna label all of our counts first, and then we'll add them to the legend. Okay, this is the conduit list, so we're going to change that to conduit count, or maybe just conduit. Okay, that's it. And then this one was the electrical boxes. Okay, I believe that's everything. We got the conduit, we got the equipment, we got that. Okay, so now I go to here, I click on that, and I go to legend, and I want to add it to the parts list. Boom. See what's happening here? Now I do this one here. I want to add it to the legend, to the parts list. Okay. So what am I missing? Oh, I'm missing the boxes. Okay. Add that. Boom. And now I've got a nice legend that tells me there were 7 pieces of conduit, there was 4 electrical boxes, there's 3 pieces of electrical equipment, and then there's 2 light fixtures. Okay, nice little legend. And we were able to use different check marks to count the different things. And this tells me, okay, this color represents what, and so we have a good idea of what we're going with right there. So you can see how handy this could be. And all right, hope this helps you all. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll talk to you later on the next one.